Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. Next thing you know, it's the Jasper Strassenfest. Joining us in the studio is the chairman of this year's Jasper Strassenfest, and that is Bob Bleemel. Bob, welcome to the show.
Hello, Bill.
Also joining us is Anna Grant. Anna is a co-chair, I believe, for the entertainment portion of the Jasper Strassenfest, which is well known to have a wide variety of different things. I guess you really you have entertainment at least on 3 different stages and then beyond that.
At all times.
So we're going to find out about that and a little bit about Jasper Strassenfest, which runs is it always the first full weekend in August? What determines that date?
First full weekend in August.
Okay, and this year is probably about as late as it's going to be.
Yeah, I think there was a couple other years in the past where it was the 5th through the 8th, but that's about as late as it can get.
Yeah, all right. And so let's start with you, Anna. Let's talk about the entertainment that there is at the Jasper Strassenfest. Maybe the first question is, how do you determine entertainment?
How do we determine it? It's actually a very wide genre of focus for Heath and I. So Heath Klumper is my co-chair for entertainment, and we define it as just free entertainment, music, and almost events that take place. So that ranges from our polka masses that are taking place on that Saturday and Sunday at the different Catholic churches, all the way to our actual bands that we personally book to come in. And we really pride ourselves on keeping that music free because we want everybody to access the music and really celebrate what the weekend has to offer, all families.
And entertainment really goes from Thursday through Sunday.
Correct.
Start off with, let's run through each of the days. You may not be able to highlight everything because there's a lot, but let's talk about some highlights
Thursday
for each.
evening, we kick off with more of our German Heritage Night, and that begins with our Alpen Echoes and Chardon Polka bands. And those are a staple in the beer garden. Everybody knows about them. They look forward to the Strassenfest every year. It kind of feels like a family down there when they're playing. But that big headliner for Thursday night is actually a tribute band for the late and great Tom Petty. We're really excited to have them. And one thing to note is with cover bands, you have to be talented to actually cover these incredible musicians in our music history. So we're really excited to have them come in. I think it'll be great for a multi-generational community to really celebrate, because everybody knows Tom Petty songs, right? So that's Thursday night. That will be our big focus. We don't have a ton of different music going on that night because that's just warming us up for the weekend. So Friday, from there, we'll transition to a totally different focus of different music. And Stephen Wagler, a former local that is now in New Mexico, but he's going to be coming back to play for us. Incredible voice, incredible talent, and he's going to start us off on the Wilkeman stage. So we have the Wilkeman stage on the west side of the square, and then Heritage stage on the east side. So the Heritage stage is usually our bigger acts that we've booked. So 5:30 on Friday, he'll start us off. And then, of course, our Chardon polka bands are down at the beer garden every night, starting at 6:30 on. But our big that we're really excited for is The Boss. All right, we have a cover band for Bruce Springsteen coming in at 8 o'clock on the Heritage stage, so right by City Hall there. I'm really excited to have them come in. Incredible fun time. We're hoping to see people dance on the square just like we were 2 years ago.
Right.
So that's kind of Saturday night. And if you don't like The Boss, not really feeling that vibe, across the way there from the square, we have Emmy Sunshine. So a 17-year-old singer-songwriter. She was just on the most recent season of American Idol. So really excited to showcase some youthful talent and let the youth of our community kind of see themselves up on stage, that they're able to do this as well if they want to. So we're excited for that. Saturday kind of transitions into a different vibe of our music. So Sparrow and Crandall, like a local favorite, especially at Snaps, they're going to be kicking off our early opening of the beer garden. For the first time ever, we're opening at 1 p.m. So you can come and enjoy live music there. There is family seating in the beer garden, so you don't necessarily have to be in the beer garden to hear them and enjoy that music. But throughout the day on Saturday, we're really trying to showcase our local talent. So everything from gymnastics to dance to cheer, that will all be on stages, as well as strings incorporated. So that's really exciting. But to really start our entertainment music off is a band by Big Bad No Name. And it's led by Chris Dixon. a new local. He moved here from Mississippi after falling in love with the area and a local. But he has an incredible voice, and he'll be playing the Wilkeman stage at 6:30 p.m. So bring your chair, enjoy his music, and he'll definitely leave you feeling good. And warming you up for a funk band based out of Indianapolis called the Indigos. They're super fun, definitely get you on your feet dancing that evening, and kind of warming you up for what I'm really excited about Saturday evening is our main headliner at 8:30 p.m. 3 vocalists that call themselves Respect, the women of rock and roll and soul. So they'll cover everything from Aretha Franklin to Tina Turner, my personal favorite, all the way to Whitney Houston. And to cover such a wide variety of vocalists in women's music history, they have to be extremely talented, and they are. They'll definitely rock your socks off with their voices.
And then Sunday, you have a different kind because you have the masses. And then
Right.
Are they polka masses?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to dance up the aisle? Is that what?
So Bob has the times for those.
Well, they all have accordion music, so they'll be playing polka type music during the mass. But Holy Family has theirs Saturday at 4 o'clock. Precious Blood Sunday at 10:30. St. Joe's has a polka mass Saturday at 4:30, and then St. Joe's also has a German Heritage Mass on Sunday at 9:30, where they sing some of the older German hymns during Mass.
Right. It's interesting the way you cover so much different genres of music. No matter what you like, you'll be able to enjoy it. If you're going to go and enjoy music at the Wilkeman stage or the Heritage stage, is it okay to bring a chair?
Sure.
Yeah. Right. So it's okay for folks to do that.
There will be bleachers there available to sit in,
But those usually
sure.
fill up pretty quickly.
Yes.
And if you're someone who's a big music lover and you want to kind of make a night of it with your family or a friend, definitely bring a chair. Make yourself comfortable, get some food and a drink, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, we encourage that. The only thing we discourage about the Strassenfest is please leave your pets at home.
Yes.
It's probably better for the pet as well.
It's better for the
too
pet
hot.
as well, but the main reason is you may have the most docile pet in the world, mainly dogs, but you don't know how they're going to react in a big crowd. And a couple of years ago, as I was asking 2 couples to leave with their pets, to take their pets out, the 2 dogs actually got after each other. So you just don't know what they're going to do in a large crowd. So we just ask that if it's a service dog,
That's
it has to be there, that's different. They're welcome, but general pets, we ask that they not bring them to the Strassenfest.
That's good advice. Bob, you're holding a stein. He doesn't have a beer with him. He just is bringing that stein to let you know there's a lot of Strassenfest items,
Yes.
merchandise that can
Yes.
be bought.
There's the Chamber of Commerce has the buttons, which this year's button logo is on the front of the mug. They have the mugs. They have the program books at the Chamber. They have the red, yellow, black buntings that you see all over town. A couple days ago, I think they did run out of the smaller flags on the sticks.
Okay.
They did sell out of all of that stuff, and but they've still got a decent supply of the bunting. Some of the sizes have sold out, but Nancy said they do have a decent supply of some of the buntings and the flags.
Do the mugs sell out? Is it?
They are selling real well. They could possibly sell out. I know last year we didn't have a fest, but we had already ordered the mugs. There was 1 mug left.
Oh, okay.
And it sold at the Strassenfest Fest a couple of weeks ago. So there are no more 2020 mugs available. But on the opposite side of the mug this year, we have the Jasper Fire Department emblem because we are recognizing them as a special guest of the Strassenfest, honoring their 125th anniversary.
Excellent. Okay, now, what does it mean to have a Strassenfest as we didn't have one last year?
I think you could just talk to the general public, and they're just chomping at the bit, waiting for it to happen. Ty gave a weather report a while ago of 77 degrees. I hope we could get 77 degrees on Saturday of Strassenfest.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So if we get temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s, it's going to be wall-to-wall people.
It's going to be a great weekend. Well, really, it's like an extended weekend because it starts on Thursday,
Yes.
so you've got extra days.
Right.
And people have traditions that they set up. For some people, Thursday night's the night that they go because that's when they like to go to the beer garden. For other people, it's the Saturday night entertainment.
Right.
Thursday night is typically local night.
Yeah.
That's where 90% of the people in the beer garden are going to be just local citizens. Friday night, it starts picking up a mixture of some of the out-of-towners come in and a few college kids. Saturday night, it's just people from everywhere, all over southern Indiana. I've talked to people on Saturday nights from Indianapolis and beyond. They come in for Strassenfest.
And it's people go, oh, it's because of the beer garden. Well, it's bigger than the beer garden. It's about getting together,
Right.
And meeting people or
Right.
seeing old friends. Maybe you see them once a year, and it's at the Strassenfest.
Right.
I introduced myself to some people a couple of years ago that I didn't recognize as being local, and they were from Indianapolis. And they just Googled something to do in Indiana, and Strassenfest popped up. So they came to Strassenfest, and they said they've never been to a town like this. People just walk up and start talking to them.
Yeah.
And they said, where we live, that would never happen.
And it's going to happen even more so this year because people are just glad to
yeah.
be back.
People are friendly.
Definitely.
What are you hoping people take away from the Strassenfest?
Oh,
Start with you, Bob.
Oh, I get to answer that one first. Okay?
Yeah,
Sorry, Bob.
Okay. Put you on the spot.
I just hope they take away the feeling of camaraderie and the feeling of helping our community, because every dollar they spend at Strassenfest is going to a local nonprofit, and somehow, and those nonprofits put it right back into the community. So I hope that's what people get. I hope they leave with a good feeling about helping the community.
Anna?
I think the big takeaway that I really want people to get from Strassenfest every year is, you may see people in dirndls and traditional garb, but no matter your heritage or background, everyone belongs to the Strassenfest weekend. And it's a community festival. So yes, it has the German-American focus, but it's definitely a community festival at heart, with the nonprofits at the center of it, and keeping the money local. It's very important that everyone understands that it's for everyone. It's not just for people that may have a German background, but it's to celebrate a heritage that started this town and community, and also celebrate where we're going from here and how things are progressing.
And once again, a recap of the chronological order of the Strassenfest. It runs from win to win. Oh, and opening ceremony is Thursday night.
Opening
Bob,
ceremony
you wanna
starts at 6 o'clock Thursday night. We're hoping to wrap up the main body of opening ceremonies by 6:45, and then at that point, Laura Grammer has put together several German heritage events. They'll do some dance demonstrations, and then continue. And those will last till about 7:10, and then we'll have our procession to the beer garden for the topping of the first keg and the serving of the first bratwurst and all of that. But Laura will continue at the heritage stage with some German heritage games for the kids, and those will go right up until 9 o'clock.
She's done an incredible job cultivating all these different things for kids and families to really learn about German heritage.
It's a great way to kick off the Strassenfest.
It's really
Yes,
neat.
it is.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen without one large committee, Bob, and I think it'd be good to run through your committee.
Right. I wanted to do that. No chairman me or anyone else could possibly do this by themselves. We have 19 people, and actually 20 now on our committee. Highlighting those, Nancy Eckerly and Janet Beckman from the Chamber office, they do so much for Strassenfest. They keep things organized. They keep myself as chairman, they've kept me on track, remind me weekly of something that I forgot to do, so it keeps me going. Our German club representative, our local German club, the Deutsche Verein, has a representative on the committee. That is Paul Siegel this year. He's president of the German club. Our sponsorship coordinator is Patrick Norris, and I think sponsorships this year are higher than they've ever been. So we thank all of our local businesses for supporting Strassenfest, and pat Patrick on the back for doing a good job. Our event coordinator is new to the committee this year. That is Cami Canese. She oversees all of the outlying events. Our booth layout person is Corey Eckerly, and she does a tremendous job, and she does so much more than just her responsibilities with the booth. Entertainment coordinators, of course, are Anna and and Heath Klemper. Anna Grant and Heath Klemper, they're co-chairs of that. Our social media coordinator and book design leader is Shelby Gidley. Our pageant coordinator is Jasmine Bosler. She actually has 3 other women working with her, Mallory Humpert, Brooklyn Schneer, and Jade Marinan. And then our special projects person is, which everybody in town knows, Gary Schnell. Gary is a big promoter of everything. He has been helping Kim and doing a lot of work, a tremendous amount of work with the Half Pot program. And then I'll just throw Kim in after him because she's a past chairperson and she is our Half Pot coordinator. She and Gary have pushed this thing, and it's really starting to take off. So if you haven't bought your Half Pot ticket, you better get in the game. Yep. Our German Heritage coordinator, which we mentioned, was Laura Grammer. She's done a tremendous job with that. Our marketing coordinator and opening ceremonies coordinator, another new addition to the committee, is Kelsey Merkel. Another past chair and our construction and logistics coordinator is Mike Ackerman. Mike just does a tremendous amount of work on behalf of Strassenfest and other things in the community. He's a big backer of the community. And we just recently added this past week another member to the committee who is kind of interning with Mike. He's helping Mike with the logistics side of it, and that's Luke Musselwhite. And hopefully Luke will be staying on the committee in the future and taking over Mike's responsibility as Mike moves on to the other things in the community. But it's just unbelievable what this group does, you know. And when I first got on the committee 16 years ago, I got my eyes opened as to how much work is involved in putting this on. And most people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. And we meet every month. You know, next month we'll start planning next year's already. Anna and Heath, they book entertainment a year to 2 years out. So it's something that is just constantly evolving. And I also wanted to mention the balloon race. We have 3 sponsors of the balloon race. That's on Friday night, and they inadvertently got left out of the program book.
Oh, okay.
That was a mistake on our part, but the ERA First Advantage Realty, Ubler Toyota, and Southern Indiana Propane are sponsors of the balloon race, and that is so weather dependent, but even if it's too windy that they can't go up, the balloon people usually go ahead and air them up so the kids can see them.
The weather's going to be perfect in Strassenfest week, right?
Keeping our fingers crossed.
Keeping our fingers crossed. And actually, Strassenfest kicks off this Saturday with the pageant.
Right.
The pageant is this Saturday at Redemption Church. The Little Miss and Mr. contest is at 2 o'clock. And we have 17 Little Miss contestants and 7 Little Mr. contestants. So that's more than we've had in quite a while. And then the Junior Miss and Miss Strassenfest starts at 6 o'clock. We have 11 Junior Miss contestants and 9 Miss contestants this year. So the turnout for that, I think it reinforces the fact that people want Strassenfest. They're looking forward to it because we have more pageant contestants than we've had in years. So I think that just highlights that.
What better way to say I'm done with 2020 than to come to the Jasper Strassenfest
Right.
2021?
Exactly.
Right. Come in and support our local nonprofits. Like I said, it all goes right back into the community. Buy your Half Pot tickets, buy your buttons. The button sales is what helps to pay for all the free entertainment and, you know, most of the free stuff, because the only thing that you have to pay to be involved in at the Strassenfest is to get into the beer garden. You have to have that $5 button. So, but other than that, everything, you know, other than what you buy from the booths, to sit and watch the entertainment, go to the events and watch them, it's all free.
All right. Well, thanks to both of you for coming in and talking with us about the Jasper Strassenfest, which runs August 5th through the 8th. Yep. If you know where the courthouse is, you know where the Jasper Strassenfest is. You can't miss it. You just drive into Jasper, you'll find it. Right. Our guests have been the chairman of this year's Jasper Strassenfest and next year, correct?
And next year.
Yeah, you get a 2-year sentence.
If I survive.
Term is what I mean, Bob.
If I survive this year.
Bob Bleemel. And the entertainment chairperson, along with Heath Klemper, and that is Anna Grant. Thanks to both of you. Thank you for watching WJTS in Form. We are local people watching local people.